It's autumn in New York, and that means it's time to watch When Harry Met Sally. I will be taking no questions, complaints, or opinions on this matter. When Harry Met Sally hit the screens in 1989, it immediately became a staple of the romantic comedy genre. But the power behind this film was not the iconic locations, the gorgeously lush soundtrack, the chemistry between Meg Ryan and Billy Crystal. I believe the heart of this film lies purely in the screenwriting. The sparkling dialogue that came to life on the screen is really what made this film a lasting success and something that audiences have loved throughout the decades.
It's just beautiful.
I'm Rebecca Rose, an actor, a voice actor, and a student of storytelling. The purpose of this channel is to understand, appreciate, and to create stories. And today we're going to talk about one that has lasted through the ages. The director of When Harry Met Sally is well known, Rob Reiner, and he has created so many excellent films. When Harry Met Sally, however, has a very special magic, and that would be in particular due to Nora Ephron. Nora Ephron was someone who really redefined the romantic comedy era. People have over time tried to recreate what she created in the beginning, and it's never quite been done just as well as it has been in Harry Met Sally. Personally, I love this film for many of the reasons that we're going to explore, but especially because when I watch it every year, I find myself at a different point in my own life. And it's like moments I can see in the film, oh my gosh, this is me. Or, oh my gosh, that was me. It's incredibly relatable. And it takes really good writing to be able to do that. But anyway, let's dive right into the film. Is the opening credits. You cannot skip the opening credits with this movie. The soundtrack was composed by Harry Connick Jr. I think it was his first time composing, but it's just got this wonderful plinky, plunky, piano, orchestral feeling that really sets the foundation of the mood.
It was a Hornendaler cafeteria.
This actually kind of caught me off guard when I learned about this. It took me a while to figure it out, but as you can see, the film is interspersed with these interviews with elderly couples, right?
And it's over 50 years later, and we are still married.
And we're still married. And these couples, they trick you, right? I thought they were real. So the stories are real. Rob Reiner conducted all of these interviews and they gathered these true love stories from couples in their golden years. But then, of course, he hired actors to recreate it and portray it, but they do just such a wonderful job with it. And it's such a nice concept, right? It's showing us, the audience, kind of the aspirational love stories, and none of them are dramatic or flashy. It's not even with young, gorgeous couples. It's just kind of like anybody's grandparents. Deep down inside of all of us, we aspire for that, to have somebody that we've been with throughout life, and at the end of the day, we can still look at each other with love and admiration. And this is our first introduction of our main characters. Sally Albright. Even her last name indicates her kind of personality. Always bright.
Oh, hi, Sally. Sally, this is Harry Burns. Harry, this is Sally Albright.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
You want to drive the first shift?
No, you're there already. You can start.
Back's open.
It's a really great introduction to them. So we're meeting Harry Burns, who's of course played by an adorable Billy Crystal. Fun fact, I actually auditioned for a show that Billy Crystal, the little bit more recent one. I didn't get the part, but had I gotten that part, I would have acted alongside of him, which would have been, wow, a dream come true.
Grape?
No, I don't like to eat between meals.
I don't like to eat between meals. Okay.
I'll roll down the window.
Spitting out grape seeds just makes him so brash and unlikable, and it was done on purpose. They were trying to make him even more a bit of a twat, I think, at the beginning.
Suppose you lived there your whole life and nothing happens, you never meet anybody, you never become anything, and finally you die, one of those New York deaths that nobody notices for 2 weeks until the smell drifts into the hallway.
We can already see just by what he's saying. He doesn't have to give any exposition about himself. I feel this way. This is how I think. He just is. And you as the audience can understand through his words, through his conversations. We can see he's, you know, even though nothing has happened to him, he's already kind of a darker view of life. He's a little bit more sardonic. Yes, he's funny, but there's definitely a darker edge to him. And we see that throughout the script, you know, things like him reading the last line of a book first in case you die before you finish it. In contrast, you have Sally Albright, who thinks everything's fine.
Fine.
How's Joe?
Fine. I hear he's fine.
She wants to control everything, but nothing gets under her skin. There's gonna be development. No, we don't like them at the very beginning. He's a twat, she's uptight. But that's not where the story ends. I love Meg Ryan's fashion in this. Oh my goodness, the hair, the feathery hair, and look at those knee socks.
I'm not gonna tell you that.
You can even just see it in their characters, right? Look how relaxed he is with his sweater, careless almost, and she's very uptight, put together.
Shell Gordon.
Shell.
Sheldon?
I'm really sorry for any Sheldons
did
out
not have
there,
great sex,
but
Sheldon.
kind of have to agree
I
with him
did
on
too.
this.
No, you didn't. Sheldon can do your income taxes. If you need a root canal, Sheldon's your man.
You didn't need to have someone come in and be like, Sally Albright, oh my goodness, my best friend from such and such, you are always so uptight. You didn't need anybody to say it out loud. This is the example of good writing. Don't tell, show. Now we reach the central theme.
What?
The question that this film is exploring.
Do I have something on my face?
You're a very attractive person.
You're a very attractive person.
Thank you.
Amanda never said how attractive you were.
Well, maybe she doesn't think I'm attractive.
I don't think it's a matter of opinion. Empirically, you are attractive.
This is Harry Burns' problem. Harry Burns, at this point of his life and this point of the story, doesn't really view women as people you can be friends with. He is in these relationships with women pretty much for one thing, and that's going to prevent him from having any growth in his life. Conversely, Sally Albright's very tight and controlled, and that's also going to prevent you from developing meaningful relationships with people. But the question that this film explores, as we all famously know, is can men and women be friends without the trouble of the physical relationship? Is it possible?
Want to spend the night in a motel? See what I did? I didn't let it lie.
Harry.
I said I would, and then I didn't.
Harry.
Yeah.
The other way.
Harry.
What?
Harry's not very likable. I think if I had girlfriends who met him at this time, I would say, yes, steer
Right.
clear.
It's the best thing.
But you can't deny he is always witty.
You realize, of course, that we could never be friends.
Here we go.
Why not?
What I'm saying is, and this is not a come on in any way, shape, or form, is that men and women can't be friends.
Can't be
because
friends.
The sex part always gets in the way.
Always gets in the way. There is a time of my life where I 100% was Sally Albright, and I 100% have this conversation with some of my male friends. It's just so funny kind of looking back at that right now. But what we saw here also was a great example of Nora Ephron's writing. She has this very circular way of writing things. She'll plant a little seed here and she'll come back to it later. And that's what makes it feel so cohesive, right? It's not just these scattered conversations happening. They're all linked, and that's very realistic in the kind of conversations that we have. And when we're rehashing a topic again and again and again. But I also like their back and forth. No, they don't. Yes, they can. No, they can. Yes, they can. Something like that. And it does generate this increase of tension just in this little ting, 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 back and forth like that. I kind of view the chapters, they're like little vignettes, moments in life that really stand out to you when you're seeing the arc of your life,
Oh,
right?
I thought it was you. I thought it was you, Harry Burns.
So we've leaped ahead 5 years, and they happen to be running into each other again.
That's great. I was just walking by. And I
Sally's in a relationship with
Yeah, it was.
that
You still with the DA's
Guy.
office?
No, I switched to the other side. What about you? Well, Harry, this is Sally Albright, Harry Burns.
the way you're trying to avoid gaze.
Live in the same building.
Realistic. They're talking about Amanda, the girl that Billy Crystal was dating at the time where they met. And she was like, gosh, I can't even remember her name. And that also strikes me as so realistic. At the time, you might think of people as so significant, but you'll realize as time passes, there are some things that stick with you and some things that don't.
And I never wanted anyone to say to me, how come you never take me to the airport anymore?
You can see Harry hasn't had so much growth quite yet.
It's amazing. You look like a normal person, but actually you are the angel of death.
Are you gonna marry him?
I'm gonna keep that line in my pocket. So the foundation of this story is their growth as individuals, complete with all of their neuroses and their misunderstandings about the facts of life, their own biases and preconceived ideas that they have about men and women and relationships and love. And we're gonna see them grow as individuals over time, but it's not just growing as individuals, but as they also do that, they grow as friends. And that is the only way they're able to fall in love in the end. Nora Ephron's writing it's just really fun. She doesn't need to write these contrived instances, these fake tensions. overhearing and, oh, they didn't say sorry in time. And instead of, as a normal human being, going to them and be like, hey, is that really what you meant? Can you explain yourself clearly? There's always these moments of fake tension created so that you can have the big ending at the end, the great gesture of love, and everything is fine. You know what? Those romance movies are fine and they're fun and they can feel like flights of fancy, and that's okay. You're escaping realism. But what is so great about this and Nora Ephron's writing is she is not escaping realism. In fact, she's hyper focusing on the very realistic things. And this is why it is so long lasting and classic and timeless, because we have these kind of conversations and questions again and again and again in our very real life.
Well, I've had a few days to get used to it, and I feel okay.
I feel okay.
Good. Then you're ready.
See, that is Sally's MO. Everything's fine. I am totally unbothered. Harry's friend is such a man. I don't even know what more to say. Even the handlebar mustache. It's like, just screams 80s man.
When it occurs to me that maybe she doesn't.
The writing feels so
So I say to her,
natural. It really feels like
"Don't
just
you love me
conversations
anymore?"
between two
You know what
guys.
she says? I don't know if I've ever loved you.
Ooh, that's hard.
And then the way. And I do think that also shows, you get hit by a fast-moving train at the moment you least expect it, and the rest of life will keep going on, and you just gotta go with it. So this is the moment where Sally and Harry meet again, right? And he's in personal development. That's so funny.
I know him. You'd like him. He's married.
Good, touche. You know, it's kind of like a winky winky ha ha ha. He's in personal growth. Because that's what he needs. So anyway, they end up having dinner, and this is where they actually start to talk as friends. And there's that really wonderful little scene. They're walking through beautiful, gorgeous autumn New York.
Would you like to have dinner with me sometime?
Are we becoming friends now?
Well, yeah.
And he says something like,
Great. A woman friend. You know, you may be the first attractive woman I have not wanted to sleep with in my entire life.
That's wonderful, Harry.
that's what they call a button. That kind of ties off the scene with a nice little ribbon. Ah, the montage. But this one kind of moves
You sleeping?
at a slower pace, right?
Watching Casablanca.
Channel, please.
On this backdrop of seeing how Harry and Sally both deal with their breakups, Harry being lonely
We drove to New York.
and reserved, Sally being fine, everything's fine, dealing with herself, working out. So I don't know if you saw, but his apartment, it's empty, right? It's a gorgeous apartment. So you could have the loveliest view in the world, but it also could be simultaneously the loneliest view in the world. It's a wonderful little montage, and it ends with their talking on the phone, the little split screen. It's very sweet.
We are going to talk like this.
So you've kind of seen the way Harry has changed. Some time has passed, and he's not so
Pepper. Pepper.
brash, I think.
Waiter.
I feel he's had a lot of internal growth.
On my paprika. I would be proud to partake of your pecan pie.
Pecan pie. So he improv that, and that's why she looks off camera, because she's checking with the director. Do I keep going with this?
Would you like to go to the movies with me
Aw.
tonight?
Would you like to go?
He takes a
Now
step
to
forward,
repeat,
right?
Please, to answer.
You know, he's not classically Hollywood handsome, but the way he looks at her is just so warm and sweet, and it's really coming from, so it's very internal in his eyes. And it's just really fun to watch him become a more attractive person. Compare how he is here versus the beginning of the film. I don't think chemistry can be manufactured whatsoever. It has to come naturally. The characters have this very natural chemistry, and that's thanks to the actors' very natural chemistry. It's just right. I noticed this on the second watch. Here's his apartment. And before it was so empty and lonely, and now it's becoming cozy and homey, thanks to Sally's touch. She is adding so much to his life by being friends. There is no expectation of anything beyond that, and he's not pursuing her romantically. So it's cool. He's learning what it means to have a friendship with a woman. Okay, of course, as we know, post that kind of in the middle of the movie, there is a very famous, perhaps the most famous scene in a rom-com, thanks to Sally's performance in a certain diner. Yes! But we can't show it here. It's a little bit beyond PG. And we have the first New Year's party. And they're attending as friends. But look, their chemistry is just so natural. But yes, this is going to be that circular moment. At this time, we're seeing the New Year's, and it's just two lovely friends having a great time. We, as the audience, recognize, oh my gosh, they're so good together. But they are still growing as friends and as individuals. This bit of acting is so lovely. The way their faces change when they realize, you know, I'm feeling something more here. It's not just friendship, it is attraction, it's warmth. The way she realizes, so sweet. And the music. Two lovers, a friend. That's Rob Reiner's voice, the director.
Wanna get some air?
And Harry's the one who breaks away first. We love a gentleman! They're both realizing, oh my God, we have these feelings for each other. But both of them, what's keeping them apart is themselves. There's really nothing else. So they kind of set up dinner with their two best friends, Marie, and then, oh my gosh, what was his name again? Mustache Man, right?
What I've seen.
Chemistry. This scene just encapsulates everything, how vital chemistry is. You can try to make it work, but it's just not gonna if it's not there. But at the other time, chemistry is so mysterious. These two individuals that they didn't think would be interested into each other, they are. Ah, so subtle and lovely. So much is said just through the eyes, right?
Harry,
They had a whole conversation
you
just
and
through those
Marie
little
are both
glances.
from New Jersey.
Really?
Where are you from?
South Orange.
Haddonfield.
Oh, boy, does that feel familiar. I've been on a couple dates where it's just like, the chemistry is not there.
This is a singing machine. Look.
A singing machine.
Sing? Yes, perfect.
All right,
Ooh.
this scene is burned in my memory.
Chicks and ducks and geese better scurry.
When they sing you out in the
When I take you out.
in the Surrey with the French. You think I know the words by now.
Now you.
But this is the incident. This is kind of the moment where things turn. Before it was just grow, 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 grow. Let's get them together, and then oh no. And there he sees her. His ex-wife. His cheating ex-wife. Hey, here's a little word of advice. Don't cheat. Just don't. Okay? So Harry has this hilarious outburst. It happens over the table, and he says something like,
6 years later, you find yourself singing Surrey with a fringe on top in front of Ira!
after that outburst, they have the argument. However, instead of this explosion that happens, it's a moment of accountability, which I don't think is very typical in rom-coms, especially at this point of the film.
Harry, you're gonna have to move back to New Jersey because you slept with everybody in New York, and I don't see that turning Helen into a faint memory for you.
Okay, and see how Harry handles
I will
this.
make love to somebody when it is making love, not the way you do it like you're out for revenge or something.
Touche.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
This is why Harry is so lovable. And this is why it's possible for them not only just to be friends, but to fall in love. Harry is coming face to face with his major flaw that's preventing him, which is the way he just sleeps with women and throws them away. And he's addressing her fatal flaw, which is her inability to show her emotion and open up to a new relationship.
I'm over him.
And this is the moment of her true vulnerability.
I was ever remotely interested in any of that. She's supposed to be his transitional person. She's not supposed to be the one.
I love the way Harry handles this. So just patient, just listening, because he's being a good friend. He doesn't go over there for any other purpose but to be her friend. This is where you're like, Harry, you're ready. All right. Then the mistake happens. It can happen. It's at that moment now he's really come face to face with his long-held, misplaced beliefs.
Hello.
This scene is such brilliant writing and directing. It's just really fantastic.
Something terrible.
What did you do?
No one I know would call at this hour.
It's so awful.
I need to talk.
And I love it because
What's the matter?
it's not flashy. The premise itself is quite simple.
And one thing led to another.
And before I knew it, we were kissing.
To make a long story short,
we did it.
They did it.
That conversation, the way that they filmed it, it took 61 takes to do because it's actually happening simultaneously. And as you can see, there's 0 cuts. So they had 3 separate stages, 1, 2, 3, but the phone line was all connected. So everything is actually happening in time like that. This is the kind of thing that makes these films so timeless. You don't have all these fancy effects. And I also think we humans, we can feel that. Right? You can feel when a conversation is very natural. There's a very natural flow that happens. It's really hard to recreate that. And that's what separates great writing from mediocre writing, great acting from okay acting. Yes, they have the fight. There has to be a fight. She does slap him across the face. I do think at this point, Harry is the one who's supposed to take responsibility. I actually feel that Sally, you know, in that moment where she called him over and she was crying and all of that, and slept with him because that ties back to what Nora Ephron had said, written before. I will sleep with someone when I actually love him. Like, I will make love with someone once I'm actually in love with him. And so she's proven that she is in love with Harry, but Harry is the one who has the hang up. So at this point, it's on him. And this is, you know, it can be a very romantic trope, like he's got to make the big gesture, but it doesn't feel contrived or faked at all. It's really generated so naturally, and it takes time. You don't need to create drama. There's enough drama that exists in our own thoughts and emotions alone. This film lays that totally bare for us to just watch. It's immediate. No chemistry, right? The body language is so not there. He dipped her, kind of like Harry dipped her before, but it's just not there. I also love that hard cut from this sparkling, fun New Year's party to dark and lonely, and you can imagine it's cold New York streets.
So the guy says, read the card.
Oh, ha 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 ha, read the card, ha ha. It's a very striking difference. You could be Sally, you could be dressed up, you could be young and beautiful, out with a, I guess, handsome man for the 80s. You could look amazing, you could be dancing and partying, but if your heart's not in it, if you're not with someone that you love, it really feels empty.
What if they don't want to?
I love the grain, it looks so
Doesn't
lovely.
matter, because the sex thing is already out there, so the friendship is ultimately doomed, and that is the end of the story.
Well, I guess we're not gonna be friends then.
I guess we're not gonna be friends then.
It's too bad. 'Cause you were the only person that I knew in New York.
We went on this journey, and that line at the very beginning was writing it off. Well, I guess we're not gonna be friends then. But it's the exact same line throughout this whole story. Well, I guess we're not gonna be friends then. And we know, no, I guess not. But this time it's because you know. You're gonna be in love? Why am I getting emotional? It's beautiful in itself. 2 people falling in love, 2 people who are right for each other, finally meeting together. We see this again and again and again in films and books. But when it actually feels so right, it's so beautiful. And I just can't help it. In your heart, you're just like, go get her, go get her. Gave me a thrill. There it is. It's all in the eyes. This is where all the magic happens in film.
Right.
Here we go.
It doesn't work.
This is the moment.
Well, how does it work?
I don't know, but not this way.
How about this way? I love that you get cold when it's 71 degrees out. I love that it takes you an hour and a half to order a sandwich. I love that you get a little crinkle above your nose.
She
when you
even has
look
the
at
crinkle
everyone
right now
else.
while he's
I
saying
love
it.
that after I spend a day with you, I can still smell your perfume on my clothes. And I love that you are the last person I want to talk to before I go to sleep at night. And it's not because I'm lonely, and it's not because
Making
it's
it
New
clear.
Year's Eve. I came here tonight because when you realize you want to spend the rest of your life with somebody, you want the rest of your life to start as soon as possible.
Oh my goodness.
That is just like you, Harry. You say things like that and you make it impossible for me to hate you.
We'll finish this scene and
And
then.
I hate you, Harry.
Look at his face, so warm, so sweet.
I really
I
hate
really
you.
hate you. And it is only because of this journey that we've gone. We've learned who they are, we've seen their characteristics, their flaws, and their growth. It's only because of all of that when they have that final monologue where he shows that he really knows her and that he loves her and has chosen her. And she responds with, I hate you, Harry. We really know what she's actually saying.
What does this song mean? My whole life, I don't know what this song means.
It's about
It's about old friends. Oh. And they lived happily ever after. That final monologue, so many films have tried, and they've never even gotten close. This film was based on Rob Reiner's experience post-divorce, and in the end, Harry and Sally weren't actually supposed to get together, but throughout the development of the film, Rob Reiner actually met his wife. He met the woman that he was gonna marry, and things changed for him. The film was built upon all these conversations that Rob Reiner, the director, had with Nora Ephron, and they had with Billy Crystal and Meg Ryan, all of things that were drawn from their real life experiences, poured into the script over a period of years. And that's the thing that's true about love, about friendship, and about writing a good story. It takes time to develop. So if you like this video, make sure to watch this reaction and commentary next. Make sure to subscribe, like, leave a comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.